Tuesday, which means it's a new video. Kind of like the one from yesterday. This is a little late. And honestly, I knew this one was going to be late because it's Langston's birthday, aka my brother's birthday today. They're all upstairs still playing the game and stuff and just, bonding a bit. My mom is still making dinner. I'm hungry, but I'm glad she's making dinner. I'm appreciative that I have food to eat, but damn, I'm hungry. It's spaghetti and fish, and most likely garlic bread too. I really don't have a topic today. I really don't. And I'm contemplating whether or not I should look through something to kind of force something out. But honestly, this could just be a reflect on the day type of thing. We were supposed to go out. Well, honestly, maybe I do have a topic. I just had to think about some things before I really decided on something. But we were supposed to go out, and we didn't end up going out. And that's natural. Like, that's not something that hasn't happened before. People just kind of take their time with things, and some new information came in, and we were like, no, we don't know how packed it's going to be in there. So maybe not. That doesn't take away from the celebration part, but it just speaks to other things. It speaks to going with their flow. Because we got dressed in everything. My sister, my brother, me, my mom, to an extent. We were dressed to leave. And it got postponed, and it's most likely going to happen tomorrow. But what that speaks to me, what that reminds me of, is all the times we were supposed to do something and then we didn't end up doing it, or something was said to happen, promised in its own way to happen, promised in its own way that it was going to occur, that it was going to be done, and it wasn't. That's kind of what that spoke to. And I'm not taking it as like a serious matter, just because, for one, life kind of happened. The day kind of ran away from us all. Even though for a good portion of the day, I was like ready for the day, ready to attack the day, ready to accept the fact that I would be focused on family, things, my brother, play. And then with the wait time to actually leave, I wasn't using that time for anything. Some people, everybody prepares for an outing differently, but knowing that you have somewhere to go kind of disrupts the flow. It depends on what the occasion is. For me, it's family stuff. When it's family stuff, it kind of disrupts the flow because I never know when I'm going to actually end up showing up to whatever it is, especially if it's an outing, which makes me not want to start any of the things that are important to me. Kind of like this video. I had it in my mind that everything would be quiet. Yeah, that everything would be quiet and I would be able to film this, and most likely I would be doing my hair too. But everybody would be settled because we had an outing. That's what I had it in my mind as. I created the story that things would be a certain way, and then they didn't turn out that way. And with that story drove me to just do other things with my time, even though I wanted to draw today, or maybe, well, not even maybe, because these are things that I usually do. But I also had it in my head before I even got back home that, okay, you're home, and your schedule when you're home, your whole flow of life is kind of different when you're home than when you're alone, when you're in your dorm. So, to an extent, I accepted the fact that things would be different. But at the same time, I realized, yeah, my flow is a little disrupted, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not a good or bad thing. It just is. So I understood that, but then, like I said, I created this story of how things would be in the case that we did go out, which contributed to why I didn't draw or write. Which now I'm like, I could have done those things, and I'm not too hung up on it right now because there's always tomorrow. There is tomorrow. I believe that there's tomorrow. I have faith that there's a tomorrow for me. But as of late, I haven't explicitly stated this like with myself, but I'm in that phase, which I don't want to call it a phase because phases can be temporary. I kind of want to make this a permanent habit where I'm really grasping at the now, grasping at today, because technically I don't know if I have tomorrow. I have an expectation based off of how many days have I been alive, how many years. I have the expectation, but you don't really know when it comes to this life thing. That's an undefined thing, a thing, a concept that's you can't determine when the end date is for you or for someone else. Now, I'm not talking medically or anything. I'm just saying you never know when it comes to life or death. So I want to use that as my fuel to fuel the discipline that I'm crafting and strengthening when it comes to expressing, when it comes to my creativity, when it comes to honing in on my craft. And honestly, now I'm talking about it because I had it in my head as I was doing my hair. I'm like, damn, I didn't get what I wanted done today, those specific things. But hey, I got to spend time with my brother on his birthday. He's only 9. Like, he's so happy. He's so appreciative. It's so sweet to see. Like, but yeah, I got to spend time with him. I got to spend time with my other sibling. I got to spend time with Lakia. I got to spend time with my parents. Like, perhaps the disruption it's for a good cause. And honestly, I'm not gonna, let's take away the perhaps. I'm gonna say that it was for a good cause. And I don't need to be, when I know, okay, in these situations, the schedule is gonna shift. Especially since I'm only here for the weekend, like, and then I go back to my dorm. So, yeah. That realistic aspect sometimes clashes with that ideal, with the ideal that I have in my head. The ideal string of events that's to occur. So yeah. I am, as you can see, retwisting my hair. I'm going to continue doing that. I'm not surprised that I'm posting this even though I look like this, because technically I have another video. A Rosy Talk is literally me starting my retwist. But I'm doing a style, so hopefully that style turns out very cute. Hoping to have like a Bantu knot out with like this 90s look at the top, but make it locks because I can't do braids because I have locks. But yeah, toodaloo to me and toodaloo to you.